So for today's recipe, we're going to be making for you some roasted Brussels sprouts with a little bit of a twist. We're going to be doing Brussels sprouts here, which we already have halved and cleaned. We have garlic. We're going to be using 1 Granny Smith apple. We're going to be having some walnuts as well as pomegranates, yum, from our fresh tree out there that we cleaned. And we're going to be doing it afterwards with a balsamic and apple cider glaze. Should be delicious. So to start with, we're going to take these Brussels sprouts. Like I said, all I did was halve them and clean them. We're going to lay that in here because we're going to start by roasting these with a little bit of olive oil, our nice fresh olive oil that we're going to drizzle on. Just a little bit to coat them. A little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And we're also going to now add the garlic here. I did it in slices just because that way you'd have it, and it's where we're going to be roasting it, it'll get nice and caramelized in the oven. So we're just going to toss that around. Once we get this tossed, we're just going to smooth it out and we'll put it in a 350-degree oven. And we will just keep checking it to see how it's roasting. Once we make some progress in there, we'll be adding the Granny Smith apples in just to cook those a little bit, but they don't take as long as the Brussels sprouts, so that's why we're not adding them right now. Okay, so let me just smooth these out, and now we'll put it in the oven. So I just took this out of the oven. They've been cooking for 15 minutes now, so we're just gonna toss them. It smells so good. All you smell is the yummy olive oil and the caramelizing garlic. Oh, so good. So I'm probably gonna let these cook for just a couple more minutes and then I'll put the apple in, just because I want to get a little more color on there. So we'll just toss that and put them back in the oven. All right, so now we just took them out of the oven. Look at that, they're starting to look beautiful. The little pieces are getting crispy. Looks delicious. So now once we stir this just a little bit, I think that they are just about ready for the apple. So let me grab that. And this is 1 apple diced. We used Granny Smith just because I like the texture and the flavor with this. So we'll just stir that in here and we're gonna put it back in the oven. Oh, these look gorgeous. Took them out of the oven, have been roasting for a little bit longer. Now we're gonna be adding the walnuts here. And then we'll give them a nice toss. Look at their nice golden brown. The little pieces of the Brussels sprout have gotten a little crisp to them. The apple smells so fragrant. Yum. So now that we get these walnuts in there, we're just gonna toast them just for a couple minutes, just because we want them to keep the crisp. And then we'll be done. So we took them out of the oven, they looked perfect, and we just started sprinkling on the pomegranate seeds here, as you can see, and oh, it just looks and smells so good. You could toss them in if you want. I've just been placing them accordingly, but if you'd like to instead, you could just toss them in there. Now we're gonna be adding the glaze. So we have a balsamic glaze here, and then also we have that delicious apple cider glaze I was talking about earlier. Yum. In the States, I used to get apple cider and make it, cook it down and make a nice thick glaze. So good. So you can do that at home as well. So yeah, that's the balsamic glaze. Now we'll add a little bit of the apple cider glaze as well. Yum. Wish you could smell this. It just smells so good. So that's it. Those are the Brussels sprouts. So now that they're finished, they smell and look so good. I really wish you could smell these because, oh my goodness, you smell everything. You smell the apple, you smell a little bit of the glaze, which is so good, and a little bit of that roasted garlic. Yum. This, I think, would be the perfect side dish to pretty much anything. So let's try it and see if it tastes as good as it smells. Even better. So good. So good. All right, so we're gonna put the recipe for you down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll say ciao for now. Ciao.